And a very pleasant good evening, everybody. We're coming to you from the Dome. It's the Beckley-Raleigh County Convention Center, and we're ready for the final game of the 8th annual New River Community and Technical College Basketball Invitational. And as you can see, it's going to be a great one between the Mavericks of James Monroe and the Patriots from Independence High School. Hello again, everybody. Bill O'Brien here with Mark Martin from Channel 8 in Charleston. Mark will join us in just a moment. He'll handle the play-by-play on this game. We just finished up with the Lincoln victory over Pikeview on the boys' side by 10 points. Well, this game features Independence with a 3-2 record under Coach Sean Jenkins, and James Monroe under Kelly Mann. They're having a terrific year. They've won 6 out of 7, and they're ranked number 6 in AA in the state. Both these teams are in AA Region 3, so we expect that whatever happens here on this game, they're going to take notes and use it for postseason play. But that's to come in just a few minutes. Right now, it is a pleasure for me to welcome in a gentleman who is well known to those who have been watching television in the Beckley-Oak Hill market for years. He was the sports director at Channel 4. And for many years, after he moved to Charleston, he has handled the sports duties at WCHS in Charleston and also Fox 11. Mark Martin is probably, I don't know anybody who is busier, who works harder in sports broadcasting than Mr. Mark Martin, and he's here right now. Well, my friend, I've always wanted to work with you, and here we get to do it tonight.
Well, Bill, I'm excited about it, buddy. We met right about this area in 1990 at the old WJLS Classic. I was doing the game with the late Mike Jackson, and it was Oak Hill and Beckley. And you were doing the game for your radio station at the time, and now here we are.
Mark, you're scaring me that you remember that going back to 1990.
Well,
but you've got a reputation of remembering everything.
I'm going to say something here. I take it I was late for the beginning of this telecast.
Hey, that's why I'm here.
I had to step out. We had done 2 there with Mark Montgomery, so appreciate you filling in. Boy, I tell you what, and I haven't been here for a couple of years, and I never realized how good the pepperoni rolls are here.
Oh, man, they are
My
the best.
goodness.
The best.
Well, let's talk about this game, Bill. And James Monroe comes in here 6-1. Independence is 3-2. And it's early. But, Mark and I were talking a moment ago. It's early, but yet you look, and today's January 10th. And before you know it, this month gets away from you, and then all of a sudden it's February, and you're talking about the postseason.
Oh, man, it's just moving right along. It's hard to believe we've come this far in this short of time.
I think it's great, too, don't you, that you have an event like this where these kids can, get a chance to be in an environment like this, and it could help them down the road if they can make it to Charleston.
No doubt about it, Mark. And of course, too, then they'll go home and watch this on the replay on television. And I've had so many coaches over the week to say, we're familiar with your work, we appreciate what you do, and we really can't tell you enough how much it helps our program. And we appreciate that. But we're here just to let these schools know that we really underscore all the good work they've done with their kids.
Yeah, it's tremendous. And again, this is a game 25, and I know you've done some here this week. And
I did 9.
What jumped out at you? And maybe with this whole event.
Over the years, and when you mentioned about the first time we met back in 1990, the WJLS Holiday Tournament, we used to put that on. We did it for 20 years. And in putting the tournament together, there are so many logistics.
Yeah.
I mean, you're dealing with coaches and schedules and players and transportation and referees. There's so much to go to it. And, the main thing is so these kids will get a chance to play in this venue on this big court against people most of the time that they haven't seen. Now, as you mentioned tonight, James Monroe and Independence will probably see each other in the postseason since they're in the same region, AA. But, the key is for these kids to get out here and perform.
All right, James Monroe, Independence out on the floor. We will take our first break, come back, and continue to count you down to game 25 here of the 2026 New River CTC Invitational on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy Trail, fuel up the way West Virginia Street. Little General Stores. From the trail snacks to cold drinks and fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hills. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the backwoods. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure. To West Virginia.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
Start the year in drive. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on 2026 Silverado 1500 models with over $7,000 in total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Back inside the Beckley-Raleigh County Convention Center, the famed Armory.
Yeah, we still know it as the Armory. Yeah, you can put another name on it, but it's still the Armory.
And you know, when I come in here, the first time I came in here, the late Jerry Bradley was coaching Greenbrier East, and he slowed it down against Dave Barksdale's Flying Eagles. That was in the spring of '90. Of course, Beckley pulled it out and went to the state tournament and won the title. And then, lo and behold, a few months later, I'm working at WOAY. So I made a lot of visits. But I remember walking in here for the first time and just thought it was such a neat place. And it's held up well, since 1963, right?
61, actually.
61, okay.
And then the undefeated team started in the middle of that 61-62 season. Beckley's only boys basketball state title that was undefeated. So, yeah, we go back a ways, and the building still, as you said, it's held up well.
It really has. It really has. Well, Kelly Mann, who was a great player, head coach of James Monroe Independence, guided by Sean Jenkins, who had outstanding success at Westside, now in his fourth season with Independence. We'll come back and we'll tip it off, the 25th game here of this 2026 New River CTC Invitational and Video Productions.
The purpose of New River Health is to provide primary medical care to individuals who may not have insurance. We don't turn anybody away based on their ability to pay.
It's just high quality, affordable care close to home.
The administration here lets me take care of patients. If I think it's important to take care of patients in a certain way, they say, go right ahead. And that has really allowed me to sort of branch out and do the right thing for patients in the community.
We see these people every day. They're our neighbors. That's why it's important to us that we treat them as if they're family, because they are our family.
Hey, grab me one too.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
Start the year in drive. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on 2026 Silverado 1500 models with over $7,000 in total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Welcome back here inside the Beckley-Raleigh County Convention Center, getting set for a battle between 3-2 Independence and 6-1 James Monroe. And earlier in the week here, both teams played in this event. Independence fell in its showdown with Summit Christian, and James Monroe won a hard battle, Bill, against Westside.
Yeah, Summit Christian, a really nice team, and Independence lost by 10 points to them. And James Monroe had to come from behind to beat Westside 70-62. The Independence Patriots are one of those teams where, you know, they've got 4 seniors that start, but they've got a lot of freshmen that have much promise, according to Coach Jenkins. And, you know, you had a chance to talk to both coaches. I'm sure that Sean told you the same thing. And for James Monroe, the Mavericks, I mean, I think this may be their year. They are really something special.
Well, of course, you know, it's not been that long ago. They won back-to-back. And, of course, talking with Kelly Mann, and we were discussing Eli Allen, and I had kind of forgotten that is Kelly's stepson. And, you know, he's down there playing at Nova Southeastern in Fort Lauderdale with the great Jim Crutchfield, the former West Liberty coach, I mean, who's just continually tearing it up with a win. So it's so neat to see Kelly. Kelly was one of the guys that I had the chance to follow here in southern West Virginia, and a dynamite player, Bill. And I remember seeing Kelly put up 50 for the Peterstown Pirates, and then went on and had, you know, spent some time with Virginia Tech, got to be a part of an NIT team, a NCAA team, and then, of course, he decided, I want to play a little bit more, came to Concord, and well, he's in their Hall of Fame. I think that speaks volumes.
Mark, you're amazing. And by the way, everybody, Mark rattled all that off without notes. That's why he's a member of the West Virginia Broadcasting Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
and
appreciate that, Bill. Well, the New River Community and Technical College sponsor this great event. Serves 10 counties in southeastern and south central West Virginia: Braxton, Fayette, Greenbrier, Mercer, Monroe, Nicholas, Poca, Raleigh, Summers, and Webster counties. 65 academic programs, 7 locations, and just again a great event. Dr. Bonnie Ball Copenhaver, the president, and Mike Green is the chief of staff. Our officials are Nathan Ramsey, Andy Hudson, and Johnny Ince. So the Mavericks in the dark uniforms, and Independence going to be in the white uniforms. James Monroe looks for a 7th win, and Independence a 4th win. Ball in the air in our final game here of this 2026 New River CTC Invitational is underway. And speaking of Kelly Mann, how about his son Ryan rifling up the three-pointer, Bill, to get it going here?
Oh, that's a great way to start.
He averages 13.6 a game, and the Mavericks have the early lead. Now Independence will go to work here under head coach Sean Jenkins in his 4th season at the helm. It's the 2nd for Kelly Mann, and a great job there. Down low, Bill. Nice passing by Indy.
Yeah, Hoosier made the basket. Hoosier and Arthur, Nelson, Riddle, and Green starting for the Patriots. And for James Monroe, Hines, Taylor, Miller, Gardenier, and Mann.
And Gardenier had been hurt, and he gets into this event and had a nice game, 15 points, and really kind of turning it around. I'll tell you what, you know, that name Hoosier, that's a pretty good name to have right now with what another West Virginia native is doing, Kurt Signetti, guiding that Indiana Hoosier football team. So
they were amazing last night, huh?
They certainly were. So Independence now, after James Monroe comes up empty, will look to get its first lead of the basketball game. And there's Brock Green, an outstanding quarterback, speaking of football, talented young man, and just really goes after it. He had 24 here the other night in a loss to that Summit Christian team we spoke of. Indy comes up empty, and now the Mavericks on the attack, and the 3-ball there by Caden Hines will not go.
You know, in talking about shooting in this building, the depth perception is certainly a problem, but James Monroe figured it out in their last win. They had 85% in the second half from three-point land and 64% in the second half from everywhere.
Yeah, Hines had a good game, 12 points. He averages 18.3. So after that three-pointer to get it going for Coach Kelly Mann's team, James Monroe's come up empty offensively, and now the Patriots will attack again. And Hoosier, who has the bucket for Independence, directs traffic out front. Brock Green will work against Ryan Mann. Driving and off the glass, and it goes for Silas Nelson. Pretty good move.
Got that right. And Mark, you talk about a great football player, Silas Nelson.
Yeah, All-Stater.
Yeah.
He comes in averaging about 11 a game. 4-3 lead for the Patriots, and Silas Nelson has got that brace on that left knee, and he's having to fight through some pain, but he's out there. Boy, nice dish there. Here's Hoosier tracking it down. Brock Green working it, and Green will drop it in.
Well, Green's just a great athlete, and he's just a sophomore.
Yeah, 16 points per game average and 10 rebounds. Man, from the top of the key, and that one is short, but a nice rebound there. Snagged by Lane Taylor, but then the Patriots take it away. Green left wide open off the glass and in, and Independence out to an 8-3 lead, 8 unanswered for the Patriots. I don't know about you, Bill, but when you look at Mann, number 33, there's no denying who his father is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hines going to get the bucket there for James Monroe.
Nice steal. And back it goes.
Each team just trading it there. Now here comes Ashton Arthur down the floor. Going to have a whistle and a foul.
I think Landon Riddle took the abuse, as we'll watch the replay here. Arthur passing off at the last moment, and Landon Riddle will go to the line for two.
Bryce Gardner was whistled for the foul. Riddle up and can't get it to go. Talking with Sean Jenkins, he said, I'm going to describe Riddle in one word, dog. I'm taking that he's tenacious out there on the floor, wouldn't you say? And
I would say
feisty as can be.
Yeah.
Can't get the free throws to go, though. Mavericks take over. James Monroe became a school in 1994. Consolidation of Peterstown and Union. The Pirates and the Red Devils.
I had done some games from Peterstown up on the stage there.
Yeah, no doubt. I remember going down to Peterstown for Chad Johnson's signing day as a Mountaineer.
Man. What a proud day. What a great player. Good guy.
Joe Mercado. The great Joe Mercado retrieving that ball there and camera in hand. And I'm glad to see Joe's here. You know, Joe took a shot there at the state football championship game between Bluefield and Frankfort, and he had to be hospitalized, but you weren't going to keep that great man down very long. All right, here come the Mavericks trying to get the bucket, and we're going to have a whistle here with 3:16 to go in this first quarter of play.
Here's the replay, and again, one of 6 camera angles that we're using this week. And so Taylor putting it up. He'll go to the line now. Lane Taylor, yes, no. 6'3" senior, Lane Taylor. And, you know, the Mavericks, normally very well balanced in scoring. You'll normally get 4 of the 5 starters in double digits.
Yeah, this guy averaging 11.2. Gets the second one to go down to make it an 8-6 game. And looks like Taylor has checked out, and checking in Briar Surface, a junior. He's averaging about 5 a game. Good job there by Silas Nelson, and then Nelson going to be hammered by Ryan Mann. And Ryan Mann, you talk about Nelson being a football player. Ryan Mann was a good football player as well, as was his father.
Boy, those two guys, Nelson and Mann, I mean, you talk about toughness. Nelson to the line, the senior, and he's got it. 3 points for him with a little over 3 minutes left in the opening period.
Nelson knocks down the free throws, and 10-6 game. Shot on its way and good. There's the other man, Wyatt Mann, the freshman. So the two Mann brothers, each with a three-pointer here. Scramble for the basketball. Brock Green, boy, threw it right into the hands of Ryan Mann, who stepped out of bounds.
Let's take a look at that three ball. Nothing but net.
Just like dear old dad, right?
That's right.
Sean Jenkins wants a timeout here. And it's a 10-9 game. And it looks like both teams are going to make their way to the benches. No, I don't think they are. I think they're going to just stand there on the floor. But Sean Jenkins saw something he didn't like.
You got to like both these coaches. I mean, they know here's a replay. Maverick shot. Count it.
Well, it's that first one by Ryan Mann, and Hoosier came right back and got a bucket for Indy, and then good drive there. And
Nelson?
Yeah, Nelson did a nice job.
Boy, our crew here, they're just on top of it.
Yeah, it's just sensational. I've been with Butch a long time, and it just gets better and better and better. So Green score there, and here is Wyatt Mann.
You're talking about Butch Mounts. I call him the Godfather. He is the founder of Video Productions and the executive producer, and you name it, he does it. And he's put together quite a crew here.
Yeah, he really has. So it's a 10-9 game here with 2:36 to go in this opening quarter of play. Game 25 of this 2026 New River CTC Invitational. Patriots with the ball, and Landon Riddle. Now Hoosier feeding inside. Green lost the handle on it there. Ryan Mann gets it down the floor to Jaden Miller, and a bucket for the Mavericks. And now it's an 11-10 lead. And right back comes Independence, but they could not get it to drop. Tough miss there.
Yeah, Nelson only makes that shot. Charge.
Hoosier hits the deck. Ryan Mann going to plead his case. And it's going to be Jaden Miller checking out for James Monroe. Gardner is back in for the Mavericks. He wears number 21. Deegan Williams, number 33 for Independence, in the white, has checked in. And Sean Jenkins said he knows how to play the game. Gonna whistle here, and a foul right at the 2-minute mark.
Wyatt Mann whistled for his second foul.
That'll be something to keep an eye on. And, well, Hoosier, good defense there by the Mavericks. He was guarded closely by Briar Surface. And Kelly Mann telling me that Surface is just really a guy that's finding his way, and really starting to contribute. They play game 8 here. Shot from the outside, looking for the three. Number 3, Hines, couldn't get it to go. Rebound by Gardner, and Independence comes away with the basketball. Gardner, an outstanding football player himself. He's a great kicker. His brother was a kicker, kicked in the North-South football game this past summer, representing James Monroe. Looks like Lane Taylor will re-enter the game, and it's going to be Wyatt Mann heading out.
That's the 5th turnover against the Patriots. Unofficially, we'll have all the official stats at intermission.
Yeah, we got our guy Sammy Hall, don't we?
Yeah.
Sammy is the
Great.
best. He's not doing the stats. That's about the only thing he's not doing here. He gets us whatever we need, that's for sure.
Including these nice chairs.
Oh, I love it. Ryan Mann into the corner. Nothing but the bottom of the bucket surface delivers, and that's the third three-pointer, Bill, in this opening quarter for the Mavericks.
Yeah, they were down, 8-2, and now they're up by 4.
Down the floor, nice little shot there by Nelson, but it wouldn't go, and then a whistle and a foul called. So Ryan Mann, so the Mann brothers, each with 2 fouls now, Bill.
Yeah, a lot of early fouling, but they've all been fouls. There's the turnaround shot by Hoosier. And now Ryan, check me.
Deegan Williams.
Deegan Williams just into the ball game missing.
Williams, a 6'2 junior. Another shot at it here. And Williams will put his second one through. 14-11 game here. Under a minute to go. Man. Trying to get it into the hands of Hines. Hines cut, and you see what happens.
I had a chance to watch the Mavericks earlier this week, and you talk about well-coached and just the discipline. And, you were talking earlier about Coach Jim Crutchfield. When I was talking to Kelly Mann of the Mavericks before we came on the air, he was mentioning about Jim Crutchfield. He said, he has helped me develop a new defense using the half court and then the full court pressure.
Yeah, you got your stepson playing for him and starting it down low. Bucket good by Green, who has 4. And he's going to send you a pointer or two. All right, a miss by the Mavericks, and Independence now with the ball and a chance to have the lead here. This first quarter comes to a close, but they come up empty, but another opportunity. KJ Vyers gets it into the hands of Ashton Arthur, and Arthur puts it in, and it's a 15-14 lead for Indy. Now James Monroe with a shot at it here to lead after 1. The drive spins out, tapped in. How about that? Lane Taylor.
Oh, what a terrific ending to a terrific first quarter of play.
Let's have 3 more of those. What do you say, Bill?
Let's do it.
16-15. Back with the second in a moment here on Video Productions.
L&S Toyota wants to be your car dealer. Proudly serving Southern West Virginia for over 30 years. Locally owned and operated, L&S Toyota offers Toyota's impressive lineup of vehicles with no market-adjusted prices or hidden fees. We have new inventory arriving daily, and our Toyota-certified sales staff would love to demonstrate the features along with the benefits of owning a Toyota. View our inventory online at lstoyotabeckley.com or stop by our showroom at the corner of Eisenhower and Robert C. Byrd in Beckley and see why so many people don't settle for less than L&S.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
Away we go to the second quarter here, along with Bill O'Brien, our great crew, and Mark Martin. Delighted to have you with us. Game 25 here of the 2026 New River CTC Invitational, and that was a dandy ending to that first quarter.
Yeah, back and forth they went, and hopefully that's the way it's going to be all game long. We're set to go. Thank you, Mr. Referee.
Brock Green will fire it in. Independence in the white, going up against the black-clad Mavericks of James Monroe. James Monroe coming up with the basketball, lifting up the one-hander, won't drop there for Breyer service, and the Patriots go back at it. And a turnover by Independence. Back the other way. Here is Hines pulling up and getting it to go. Hines with 4.
Other end, layup just missed that time by Vyers.
6 players have scored for the Mavericks. 5 have scored for Independence. Good hustle there by Braden Hoosier. And one thing we'll watch, Bill, throughout this evening, the 2 Mann brothers, outstanding players. The sons of head coach Kelly Mann, each with 2 fouls there. Good look there at Sean Jenkins, now in his 4th season Independence. Led West Side to a state tournament when he was guiding the Renegades. Well, they had West Side and James Monroe earlier in the week. West Side falling to James Monroe, but I think those are 2 of the great nicknames of West Virginia high school sports, the Mavericks and the Renegades.
Oh, you got it. Oh, yeah. And, of course, Wyoming County basketball is just incredibly good over the years.
West Side and Wyoming East meeting last night. That one was taken by Wyoming East. Well, whistle and a foul. Boy, there you go, Bill. There's what we were talking about. Ryan Mann has picked up that 3rd.
That's a huge foul. I mean, we're just a minute deep into the second quarter, and Mr. Mann's got to sit.
Ball comes in. Good defense there, applied by Surface, and a takeaway by James Monroe. Boy, the Mavericks relentless there on that inbounds.
I've got the Patriots with 7 turnovers early on.
Gardner sending it in, and Hines turn around and gets it to go.
He's tough. By the way, Hines is signed to play baseball to WVU.
Yeah, he's a terrific athlete and certainly on the diamond. By 21-15 lead here. James Monroe has scored 6 points here in the second quarter. Independence still looking for the first offense of this second quarter. Foul was called on Diggin Williams, who now has 2. Diggin Williams knocks it away.
Whoops. Here goes one of our computers. And the heavy hitter is going to plug it back in. Nick Eskins, our producer director.
And Nick does a great job. Good defense by Independence. Ashton Arthur in trouble. Gets it to Nelson. Nelson straight away. Bounces around and will not go. Mark Montgomery and I did that Lincoln Pikeview battle, and boy, I mean, time was winding down that third quarter, and Pikeview had not scored, but they finally got it together. They made a terrific comeback in that game. They were down 16.
And get back within, what, 4 or 5?
Yeah, and Lincoln pulled it out, the Cougars from Harrison County. 21-15 game here, and James Monroe trying to add to its lead. Caden Hines negotiates, guarded by Williams, and airballs that one, and Brock Green. And Green spinning sandwich between a pair of Maverick players.
Yeah, you don't mess with Brock Green. I mean, he's 6'3.5", and he knows how to handle himself.
So the foul whistled on Gardner. That's his second. And good pressure applied here by James Monroe. Hoosier. Arthur. Now Green has it, and Green, well, it was a tough miss by Green, but Williams was there, and Diggin Williams puts it through the 6'2 junior. 21-17. Well, these teams are playing rough.
Very physical.
On the move, Ashton Arthur ahead of the pack and lays it in, 21-19.
Fun game.
Straightaway shot, and that will go. Gardner with the three-pointer.
His first points today.
4 threes in the game for the Mavericks, and a block by Hines. Gardner dribbling a little bit out of control, but got it to Hines, and Hines, the little runner, he was looking for a foul, couldn't get it to go down. Independence back the other way. On the move and dropped it off. I don't know if he intentionally did that, but Hoosier couldn't get it to fall. But now here's Green. He's open. Thought about it. Now he's going to drive in. He'll draw the contact. I think that's what Brock Green likes. He loves contact.
You got that right, whether it's basketball or football. Yeah, he's just a great athlete.
Sean Jenkins assisted by Kevin Grogg, Kelly Mann with Mick Ballard, Jim Jackson, and Kenny Mann. That has Brock Green at the line. Sean Jenkins is a graduate, old Baileysville High School, 1989, before West Side. Green puts the free throw through.
Yeah, West Side was a compilation of Baileysville and Oceana. Glenn Rogers, I think they were part of it.
So into the game for Independence comes Caden Bradbury, 6'2 senior. An excellent wide receiver for the Independence football program, a guy that Brock Green threw it to a few times. And we've got a break here in the action, it appears. So we will break away a 24-21 game. The Mavericks of James Monroe on top of the Patriots of Independence. Back in a moment here on Video Productions.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
L&S Toyota wants to be your car dealer. Proudly serving Southern West Virginia for over 30 years. Locally owned and operated, L&S Toyota offers Toyota's impressive lineup of vehicles with no market-adjusted prices or hidden fees. We have new inventory arriving daily, and our Toyota-certified sales staff would love to demonstrate the features along with the benefits of owning a Toyota. View our inventory online at lstoyotabeckley.com or stop by our showroom at the corner of Eisenhower and Robert C. Byrd in Beckley and see why so many people don't settle for less than L&S.
James Monroe with the basketball, owners of a 3-point lead here over Independence. Mentioned the consolidation of James Monroe, of Peterstown and Union. Independence came along in 1976, Stokoe and Sophia. And here is Silas Nelson. Here's Green. Penetrates, comes up short there, gets it back. Head and shoulder move, and another miss. Boy, it's a tough possession, Bill, for the Patriots.
Yeah, Riddle's shot was, there were 3 defenders there, so didn't work.
Caden Hines, averaging close to 20. Hines in the lane, turnaround, won't go. Green snatches the miss. Hit the 3-minute mark of this second quarter. Green going to guard against Wyatt Mann there. And the shot is good. Well, it was Green going against Wyatt Mann, and when all said and done, Arthur got it into his hands and has 6 points, and it's a 1-point game here. at 24-21. Shot up and good. Jaden Miller puts it through. 26-23.
Every pass is being contested, Mark.
No doubt. Nelson got open. They found him, and Nelson puts it in. Boy, you marvel at that young man with that brace on that left knee. We look at that Bill to Wyatt man, Bill, just a freshman. He's going to be something. Surface, turn around, rims around, won't go. Nelson gets it into the hands of Arthur. Arthur can't get it to go. And then here comes Landon Riddle.
Out of nowhere. Take a look at this. Riddle scores on the putback. His first points, and the senior will try to get the and one.
It was a situation where Surface appeared to be injured, and he was up, but he was bent over there. So now Riddle can't get it to drop. Independence with the lead here at 27-26. Dash to the basket, won't go for Jaden Miller. And then a travel going to be called, and it will stay with the Mavericks. Riddle had it, but they're getting for the travel. Pass in, off the glass and in. What a play there, Lane Taylor.
Pretty for sure.
That puts James Monroe in front by one. And we approach the 1 minute mark of this half number one. Ashton Arthur out front. 6-foot senior, 16 points in that loss to Summit. Dribbling through all kinds of traffic. Nelson, he was denied. James Monroe will look maybe to take the last shot here. 1 point advantage. Jaden Miller. And now it's Wyatt Mann, the 6-foot freshman. Driving, shooting, and a foul going to be called as Hines took it toward the glass.
Hines is going to get 2 shots with 4.1 seconds. Boy, this has been just a terrific first half of play. James Monroe ranked 6th in the state in AA. And Independence right there with him.
Hines puts the free throw through. Kelly Mann talking about this young man just says just tons of potential. Can't get that free throw to go down. They got the ball off the miss. So the foul is going to be whistled on Gardner, and that is his 4th.
Amazing. Bryce Gardner with 4 personal fouls, and we're not done with the first half yet.
He's a young man. He's missed a lot of games, and finally getting him back, and that puts Green at the line, and Green can't get it to go. And there was the miss. And that right there, a little push. So there's Green, and Green will sink that one to make it 29-28. And here we go. Time winding down. Let it fly. Lane Taylor can't get it to drop, and that will do it. A 29-28 lead for the James Monroe Mavericks over the Independence Patriots here in our final game of this 2026 New River CTC Invitational. We'll come back. Our halftime coverage coming up here on Video Productions.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
L&S Toyota wants to be your car dealer. Proudly serving Southern West Virginia for over 30 years. Locally owned and operated, L&S Toyota offers Toyota's impressive lineup of vehicles with no market-adjusted prices or hidden fees. We have new inventory arriving daily, and our Toyota certified sales staff would love to demonstrate the features along with the benefits of owning a Toyota. View our inventory online at lstoyotabeckley.com or stop by our showroom at the corner of Eisenhower and Robert C. Byrd in Beckley and see why so many people don't settle for less than L&S.
Yeah.
How long has she been with them?
I'm going to say 3 or 4 years. Nice lady.
She
been
local?
here every day.
Yeah.
No. She came from one of the Carolinas. Got pretty good aim, too.
Oh, excuse me.
Bless you. You need a Pepsi? It's okay.
No, but I got some water here.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
Was Bob Kiss from here?
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah. One of the good guys.
Yeah. I heard good things about him. We welcome you back inside the Beckley-Raleigh County Convention Center. A 1-point game here in Game 25 of this great event, which started on Monday, and it started with a Ryan Mann three-pointer, 3-2 lead. Then it was an 8-3 lead for Independence. Had a 10-6 advantage, and it was 14-10. And at the end of one, it was 16-15. And then just a rugged second quarter, Bill. And they battled, and here we are, just a 1-point difference.
You know, Mark, it's been, as you said, quite physical, and both these teams are giving it all they've got. I think if you're James Monroe's head man, Kelly man, you're saying, you know, we've got to start. I mean, we're physical, but we've got to start really clamping down on defense. And for Independence, hey, keep doing what you're doing. I mean, you got Brock Green, who's had a great game, and Arthur has performed well at guard. It's just been back and forth, and that's the way we like it. Still seeing the compilation from the first half of play, and put back by Landon Riddle on that one.
Yeah, that was a huge bucket for Independence.
By the way, we'd like to thank our presenting sponsors on this tournament, Little General Stores of West Virginia. They're celebrating their 50th anniversary of serving the great state. Little General Stores, proud to be a part of this tournament. Of course, they had their own tournament just about 10 days ago, and it was great as well. And then, of course, the Chevy dealers of Southern West Virginia, one of the presenting sponsors. We've got the official stats right in front of us. So, Mark?
Yeah, it's been it's been a first half here in which, they've gotten contributions from a lot of different guys. I kind of like Independence. They've got like just a little canopy in which they are huddled across the way and getting instructions from the coaching staff. So leading the way for James Monroe, Caden Hines has 10 points and 4 points in the contest for Jaden Miller, and 3 each for Lane Taylor, Bryce Gardner, Wyatt Mann, and Ryan Mann But boy, I tell you what, Bill, Ryan Mann has 3 fouls. Gardenier has 4, and that's definitely a concern for Kelly Mann at the moment. Total point production for Independence leading the way was Brock Green with 9, 6 for Silas Nelson, and 3 for Deegan Williams, and then 2 each for Braden Hoosier and Landon Riddle. So the Patriots have returned here, and they're going to get in some warm-ups. We'll break away and come back, and we'll talk more and kind of talk about what's happened this week and some of the things you saw, Bill, here inside the Armory. You're watching live coverage of the 2026 New River CTC Invitational on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield and McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do. At Little General Stores. From the trail snacks to cold drinks and fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hills. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the backwoods. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure. In West Virginia.
The purpose of New River Health is to provide primary medical care to individuals who may not have insurance. We don't turn anybody away based on their ability to pay.
It's just high quality, affordable care close to home.
The administration here lets me take care of patients. If I think it's important to take care of patients in a certain way, they say, go right ahead. And that has really allowed me to sort of branch out and do the right thing for patients in the community.
We see these people every day. They're our neighbors. That's why it's important to us that we treat them as if they're family, because they are our family.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
Start the year in drive. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on 2026 Silverado 1500 models with over $7,000 in total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Start your future this spring at New River Community and Technical College. With affordable programs, real hands-on training, and flexible classes at all campuses, your next step starts today. Enroll now at newriver.edu.
West Virginia has mountains of potential.
I grew up in the Kanawha Valley. It's a privilege to be a West Virginian. What we've got to continue to drive in this state is that concept of hope for the future, moving not just West Virginia forward, but moving the nation forward.
West Virginia is for hope.
Hope Gas is lighting the way forward for West Virginia. Learn more at wvisforhope.com.
L&S Toyota wants to be your car dealer. Proudly serving Southern West Virginia for over 30 years. Locally owned and operated, L&S Toyota offers Toyota's impressive lineup of vehicles with no market-adjusted prices or hidden fees. We have new inventory arriving daily, and our Toyota-certified sales staff would love to demonstrate the features along with the benefits of owning a Toyota. View our inventory online at lstoyotabeckley.com or stop by our showroom at the corner of Eisenhower and Robert C. Byrd in Beckley and see why so many people don't settle for less than L&S.
Well, there have been 24 games played here, and we are at halftime of game 25 of this great tournament. Bill, it started bright and early Monday morning, and you had Sherman and Webster, and then Nitro and Liberty.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, there's some teams that really stuck in my mind. The Sherman Tide, they got a really nice team. I'm not saying that Webster County doesn't, but Sherman really looked good. We had a chance to see the Logan Wildcats, and they played really, really well. Beckley with a 1-point win, the boys beating South Charleston, and the Flying Eagles have been up and down this year, and that may be the spark that'll get them back the way they want to be. Of course, James Monroe, we already know how good they are, and Summit Christian, just a special team. They're going to really be good.
Yeah, and they're going to be in the SSAC next season, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, I think they're in this year, but
just not eligible.
They're not eligible for postseason.
Yeah. So they'll get a shot at it, and I was reading, just some of the tournaments they're in and a part of, so they got a lot to. And that Christian league is not bad.
You got that right. I mean, last year they won 30 games. Talking about Summit Christian, used to be Mercer Christian, so everybody realizes they play great ball. You've got the winners of the games earlier today.
Yeah, earlier today they had the Special Olympics game, of course, Fayette County Special Olympians against Raleigh County, and then Princeton and Wyoming East squared off in boys action, and Princeton got a big win over Wyoming East, and then it was Huntington and University girls, and Huntington came away victorious in that. I saw Lonnie Lucas after the game, and I said, okay, you're getting closer and closer to win number 1,000. I mean,
he's amazing.
He's just a good dude. And then we had the Nitro Shady game, and many thought that might be the premier game of this entire event, and it was a good early matchup in that opening quarter, but Shady came on strong at the end of the first quarter and kind of built on that in the beginning of the second, and really Ronnie Olson's crew just kind of went away and got the victory. And then, of course, Lincoln and Pikeview battled right before this game, and it was the Cougars from Harrison County coming away victorious here. And now we got, Bill, I can't think of any better way that you could cap off this event by this one coming right down to the wire, and right now we got a 1-point game.
Team totals very quickly. James Monroe, 32% from the floor shooting, and Independence, 38%. And here we go. Here's Mark Martin.
Shot on its way, and no good there by Hines, who, again, led the way for the Mavericks in that opening quarter. So James Monroe, and they've got Ryan Mann out there who has the 3 fouls. Gardner will not begin this second half, and Ryan Mann started this game with a 3-pointer for the Mavericks, who are guided by his father, Kelly Mann, and shot on its way. Well, James Monroe started the first quarter with a 3-pointer, and then knocking down the 3 is Lane Taylor. Taylor has 6 in the game. A 4-point difference now.
Lead changed hands 6 times in the first half.
Here's Nelson putting up the shot, can't get it to go. Independence keeps it alive, and good job by Ashton Arthur keeping that alive.
And not destroying our monitor. See if I can get it back up. There we go. Maybe not.
I think help is on the way, Bill.
Oh, good. I'm not technical. I can barely start my own car. So Andrew Bolin is going to fix it.
The son of Bob Bolin, who we were just talking about a moment ago. Thank you, Andrew. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
Part of the great crew here. And knifing his way inside is Mann. Mann got that 3-pointer, Bill, then got into foul trouble, so that's his first bucket since. And it's going to be James Monroe's basketball, as Riddle had a hard time getting it in.
That is the 10th turnover against the Patriots.
Makes it a 34-28 game at the moment, and now the Mavericks hoping to add to it. Here is Mann off the glass, little scoop shot there for Ryan Mann. That's an old-fashioned move there.
It's the longest lead of the night.
And here is Riddle, went off his foot. So a 6-0 run to start this third quarter for the Mavericks of James Monroe. Haven't done them yet, but Marshall will be playing James Madison soon. And you got James Monroe's purple and James Madison is purple.
Mark, when I introduced you earlier and was telling the audience about all of the hard work that you do, most people know that you're part of the Marshall Radio Network. And, of course, for many years, how many years in Charleston now at WCHS?
I started in December of 1997. So I left WOAY I mistaken, yes, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think here, Bill. You're taking me back, buddy. I was on the air on a Friday night in 1997. We did a football show, and that was the state championship weekend. Did a high school football highlight show on WOAY Friday night. Fabulous Football Friday. And then the next night I anchored on WCHS. So,
wow.
That was a crazy turnaround. But
you're getting close to 30 years.
I've been blessed. Shot good by Hines. He's got 12 in the game, man. Now it's a 38-28 lead for the Mavericks. 10-point advantage. Brock Green driving and scoring. Brock Green is hard to stop when he's going downhill.
And he's in double figures with 11. Well, they needed that basket independence.
Yeah, they sure did. There's Hines, a little scooper, good.
It was like the Red Sea parted for him, and he had an easy lay-in. Hoosier pops up. These guys are tough. It has been physical.
Yeah, Hoosier's a guy who transferred in, so he's just kind of trying to find his way. KJ Byers has headed in. He's a freshman, 6'2". He wears number 22. .40-30 game, and a swat away there by Caden Hines. We mentioned there in the first half, Bill, that Kelly Mann said this kid's got tons of potential, and he's been showing it on the offensive side, and he shows it on the defensive side there. Byers, bouncer, and shot is up and good by Arthur. Three-pointer. Arthur with 9 in the game. There's Mann. Working, dishing now. And the ball stripped. Good job there by Brock Green. Just about a Maverick turnover. Green, you saw his reaction, Bill. He thought he had it.
I think we've had a technical call. Somebody said something they shouldn't have. Wearing white.
I think it's Green. Yep.
Yeah, he's his coach comes over and Mr. Green just waves him off.
That has Hines at the line. Hines gets the second free throw, and that makes it 41-33. And it will be Wyatt Mann to trigger it in. Jaden Miller works against Hoosier. Ryan Mann, nice pass. And finishing it off is Lane Taylor, who has 15 in the game. Wow. Forgive me, he has 7 in the game. Man, what a pass.
Ah. There you saw the replay. Held ball. Well, it's another 10-point lead. It was a 1-point James Monroe lead at halftime. And we're just about midway through this third quarter, and all of a sudden, the Mavericks have taken control.
Nice passing by the Patriots, and Hoosier scored there early on, had the first bucket of the game for Independence, and scores his second basket. Shot no good there by Taylor.
They called Taylor for the personal
Taylor has 8. Will get his scoring straight there. And checking in, Gardner. Coming off a football injury and trying to get him going. Brock Green, outstanding quarterback, just a sophomore. So
again, Mark, this pressure is what Coach Kelly Mann told me they'd been working on. Wow, that was a hard foul.
Yeah, and that was Ryan Mann picking up his 4th. Well, he knew it.
Ouch. Yeah, he sure did. So he's in foul trouble. Gardner already on the bench in foul trouble, each with 4. And just a bit under 4 minutes left, third quarter, so we've still got plenty to go.
So James Monroe working with Caden Hines out there. Number 12 was checked in, Jaden Miller. Here's Green, tough shot, and Green gets it to go. 13 for Green.
What an angle off the glass.
Makes it 43-37.
Got Green with 13.
Shot won't go. Tough miss there for the Mavericks. Wyatt Mann couldn't get it to go. And Nelson with a nice pass. And Hoosier has 6. And it's a 43-39 game. Back the other way. Hines puts it through. Back and forth we go, Bill. Driving off the glass, and just like that, Byers. His first basket of the game. The freshman, bright future, according to Sean Jenkins.
Mark, it's almost like somebody just sort of turned on the afterburners here, and everybody's scoring like crazy.
45-41, out front with it, Lane Taylor. Now Gardner has it. Gardner penetrates, and nice block by Brock. Brock Green with the block.
Brock with the block, yes. Well, this was a 10-point lead just a moment ago for James Monroe, and now it's only 4. Mavericks will inbound.
Gardner the trigger, and good quick hands there by Silas Nelson. A big opportunity here for Independence. Byers, Nelson, through traffic, can't get it to go. Tough miss there for Nelson. Prior surface. Gardner. Shot up by Miller. Hines there trying to tap it back up and in. Couldn't get it to drop. Service could not get the 3 to go down. Byers breaking ahead of the pack, and then at the last second, you spot your teammate, Bradbury. His first hoop for the 6'2 senior, and we've got ourselves a 2-point game.
Oh, this is great. Great stuff. Bradbury, who had been a starter, coming off the bench, and he's effective.
Gardner looking for a 3, can't get it to go, and here comes Independence. Nelson with the rebound. A chance to tie it up or take the lead. And go to Green, who's been a horse. And Green puts it up, can't get it to go. Tapped around and into the hands. Oh, my.
Yeah, Taylor threw an elbow. He sure did. And Brock Green wound up on the deck. Let's look again. Here it comes. Wow. Ouch. That'll leave a mark. Mark.
2 on Taylor. So into the game will come Ben Comer, number 20. Little guy, 5'7", 160, a sophomore. 1:28 to go here in the third. Byers got it into Williams, taken away by Hines. Nice dish, and, well, Hines went up trying to tap it in. Surface had missed.
Got up on the rim there.
Yeah, he sure did. Boy, he went up. There's another look as Surface couldn't get it to go. Hines
Going to give the ball to the Patriots, and it's starting to get a little feisty here. Both fan bases are into the game.
45-43. Green finding Williams. Shot on its way for the lead. Wouldn't go for Arthur. And good job over there by Comer, who had just checked in.
Well, this turned into quite a game. We've just got a minute to play in the third quarter and a 2-point lead at a time when James Monroe had a double-digit lead, and the Patriots have made a great comeback.
Yeah, he thought they might be pulling away, and think again. Gardner with it. And tight defense, and I think they're going to get Gardner, I believe. Let's see what they call this here. Maybe a travel.
Yeah, let's look again. It is a travel.
And good thing it wasn't a foul because he's got 4.
7 turnovers against the Mavs.
Again, Williams gets it to Arthur. Arthur trying to tie it up, and the battle down low. Gardner gets it, and well, he is swarmed by 3 white jerseys. I mean, these two are playing hard.
Yeah. It's gotten intense in a good way.
Exactly 30 seconds to go here in the third.
Everybody's got to catch their breaths.
Gardner guarded there by Vyers. Here's Hines. Hines kicking. Comer shooting. Got it! How about Comer? Off the bench, he had that good defensive player save, I should say, a minute ago. Green heaves, and it's a 5-point game as we head to the final 8 minutes of play. What a game here to wrap up this 2026 New River CTC Invitational. Back for the final 8 in a moment.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy Trail, fuel up the way West Virginians do. At Little General Stores. From the trail snacks to cold drinks and fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hills. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the backwoods. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure. West Virginia.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
Start the year in drive. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on 2026 Silverado 1500 models with over $7,000 in total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Away we go. The last quarter, and I want to introduce this man one more time, coming down from Charleston, the sports director of WCHS, a member of the West Virginia Broadcasting Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, play-by-play with Mark Martin.
Well, thank you, Bill. Walked around this arena, saw your jersey hanging up there. Some legends on that wall, aren't there?
Oh, my gosh. Well, I didn't play, but I was voice of the Flying Eagles of Beckley for 43 years. Man. So they put me in the Football and Basketball Hall of Fames as well as the state. You know, when you hang around long enough, good things happen.
That's true. I'm learning that.
Yeah.
Man at the line. Can't get the first one to go down. Man playing with 4 fouls. Sinks the second free throw. 6-point advantage. James Monroe. Green, Nelson, and Hoosier now.
The sneaker just really didn't stick.
No, it did not. It will stay with the Patriots.
I know Athletic Director John H. Lilly is watching today. He's done a great job as AD and head football coach at Independence.
Nelson, one of his football players, out front there, and here's his quarterback, and now into the hands of Arthur, and Arthur slicing through traffic, couldn't get it to go, and then the battle underneath. Landon Riddle had a shot at it, and Hines loses the handle. And Silas Nelson comes up with it.
Gotta love Indy. They are not going away.
Absolutely not. Nice rebound there by Mann off the miss of Arthur. And I tell you what, Nelson with that brace on and just still the way he moves. Mann's shot is off the mark. Quick hands underneath, and good job there. And when it's all is said and done, we've got a whistle here. I mean, they just kept battling, and they're going to get Brock Green with the foul there. Well, Bill, I looked there on talked about this with Mark, Dave Barksdale Court, and when you talk about your years of calling games here, my gosh, what a run with the legend Dave Barksdale.
Well, yeah, and when I started, it was Preach Wiseman.
Yeah,
who
another
won.
legend.
Yeah, he won 3 state titles.
Nice drive. Ashton Arthur will score. And we had a chance to do a story with Preach when I was down here at WOAY. Said he just told his guys to keep sawing wood.
That's exactly it. That's exactly right. Man-to-man defense and just keep sawing wood.
Here's Mann fighting, and Mann will get it to go.
Oh, that's the right term. He just fought for that.
51-55. Nice feed by Green. Now the quarterback feeds Arthur. Arthur with 4 points here in the fourth. 51-47. Kelly Mann, who put up 50 in a game for the Peterstown Pirates. And, talking with Kelly, he went to Virginia Tech, did not get a lot of playing time, but my goodness, he was part of an NCAA tournament team at Virginia Tech, part of a NIT team, and then at Concord, and that team that he played for at Concord, the 96-97 team. As we look at Arthur's shot there, they were inducted into the Concord Hall of Fame too. So Kelly's kind of gone in on two different sets there as a player and as a teammate, and he was just great. And they got beat by Salem in the NCAA Division II regional tournament that would have advanced them on, and that Salem team was coached by Mike Carey. And he did some nice things.
Again, Mark Martin giving you this commentary without any notes.
Well, it's written down here somewhere.
Well, by the way, James
sure
Monroe,
where it is.
They're looking for their 7th win of the year. They have victories over West Side earlier this week. They beat Narrows, Virginia, Summers County, Liberty, Princeton, and a 2-point win against Beckley here on the Flying Eagles home floor. So James Monroe ranked 6th in the state for a reason.
No doubt about it. I tell you what, you could just start a team at James Monroe, and you say you start with Kelly, and the assistant principal is Todd Lusk.
Oh, my gosh. Say no more.
And it comes to Jaden Miller. Here's Mann driving. Mann gets it to fall through.
I've got him with 12 points. Big ones here late.
Hines all alone will slam it down. And now it's a 55-47 lead. Still lots of time left here in this one. Nelson can't hang on. And back it goes to the Mavericks.
15 turnovers against Independence, and it's coming back to bite them.
Wyatt Mann will head in, and Jaden Miller will check out. So the Mann brothers on the floor together. Caden Hines will bring it across the timeline. There's Mann putting up a tough shot, and it wouldn't go, and nice job there by Landon Riddle to give the Patriots the possession, and that leads to the three-pointer by Arthur, his second of the game, 55-50.
16 points for Arthur. Wow, that was a big bucket.
Hines guarded by Nelson. Here's Mann, and takeaway by the Patriots. Hoosier runs it down. Good job by Hoosier, the senior. Shot up and good.
Silas Nelson, very graceful.
Nelson has 10 in the game. It makes it a 55-52 contest. Quick hands. Just about took it away from Hines. From the corner, nailing the shot is Gardner. Second bucket of the game. Both have been three-pointers. 58-52. Hoosier will bring it out. Brock Green wants to penetrate. He'll get it to Arthur, who's had a hot hand, and it continues. Mercy.
Arthur with 3 trays. My goodness. What a game. It's a 3-point lead for James Monroe and a timeout. Let's watch again.
Oh, my. Rattles that one in. So a 30 here. 58-55. Wow.
This is the perfect ending to this tournament. And by the way, we'd like to thank Mike Green. Another terrific job as director, and Sammy Hall assisting him. And again, we thank not only New River Community and Technical College for putting this 8th tournament together, but also the presenting sponsors, Little General Stores of West Virginia and the Chevy dealers of Southern West Virginia.
Yeah, just a great event. Hard to believe it has Race By. Has started Monday. Jackie Donnell, Alex Fink, Cameron Ball, Levi Barnhart, Nick Eskins, Andrew Bolin, and Kylie Wright all working this week, along with the executive producer, the godfather, as you like to say, Butch Mounts, of video production. And a lot of great games have been televised via video productions. And we got one here as James Monroe leads it, and just willing his way, Bill, to that bucket is Mann.
Yeah, Ryan Mann is just taking control of this game.
Here's Hoosier. Brock Green, and Green's going to be fouled there by Hines. That's Hines' first foul of the game.
Well, as we mentioned, Ryan Mann, who has performed so well here as of late, playing with 4 fouls for the Mavs.
You know, we've talked about football in this telecast, and we should note that Kelly Mann was a great basketball player, and that certainly, took him to college. Green can't get it to go, but Kelly Mann was a great football player. Peterstown, a wonderful quarterback as a senior. Driving and scoring is Gardner. 5 points here in the fourth quarter, 62-55. He was in the North-South game, but he had played in a North-South basketball game as a takeaway by Taylor, and gets it to Gardner, and they want a timeout, that being the Independence Patriots at 64-55 with 2:25 to go. But Kelly got to camp late, so they passed out most of the jerseys, so he was a quarterback wearing number 84. But that was a wonderful North-South game. That was in 93, and Alex Inklin was the quarterback for the North. The late Mike Linsky was the coach, and Inklin threw a touchdown pass to a guy named Kenny Fisher, who was from Magnolia, went on to play at WVU, and that would be the winning score. But Inklin just got inducted this past summer into the North-South Football Hall of Fame, so it's kind of neat to see that. But, well, I'll tell you what, Bill, this has been a game that Independence gets close, and James Monroe just kind of has a way of eking back into a not comfortable deficit. There are no comfortable deficits in a game like this. Comfortable lead, I should say.
Yeah. Well, Mann, we mentioned him, but look at Gardner. I mean, where he has hit some big buckets here as of late. Caden Hines in double figures. I mean, this team for James Monroe has so many weapons, and they're coming through at crunch time. 2:25 left in this game. If you've just tuned in, where have you been? James Monroe led by a point at the end of the first. They led by a point at halftime, and Independence has kept it close all night long. Here's Mark Martin.
It was a 5-point game heading into this fourth. And it's been a battle, and right now, Independence needs to get things going here. And let's go to Green, and good idea. And then Green winds up with the ball again, gets it to Byers. And here is Arthur again. Unconscious is Arthur.
4 bombs.
That makes it a 4-point game. Man, attacking, kicking, and I'll get it out to Gardner. And looks like the Mavs want to take a little time off here if they can. We got an NBA nickname here and an NFL nickname battling it out here. The Patriots and the Mavericks.
Yeah, you have to keep up with that too when you're doing it. Of course, the playoffs for the NFL.
Yeah, Panthers losing a heartbreaker to the Rams earlier. That's going to be a foul on Braden Hoosier. Sean Jenkins, his assistant is Kevin Grogg. Kevin won a state championship at Wyoming East as a head coach. And Kelly Mann, staff, Mick Ballard, Jim Jackson, Kenny Mann. Kelly's one of 5 boys in his family. There were 6 kids, the youngest a girl, and where his dad ran across the country.
Oh, my gosh.
He's 82 years old now, Kelly was telling me.
Got a timeout called here, so this is a critical time for the Independence Patriots. Mark, with all of the background that you've mentioned, do you know what you had for breakfast?
Actually, I do. I got a burger and put pickle on it and some Big Mac sauce. And that.
A burger for breakfast?
Yeah, well, that's not usually what I do, but I just was working and kind of got caught up, and it was lunchtime. I was trying to hold off because I knew once I got here, Sammy Hall was going to take care of us, and he did.
Let's get our monitor back. There we go. All right, 1:27 left in this ball game, and a 6-point lead for James Monroe, and they've had to earn it.
I know you've had a lot of great times with Mark Montgomery this week. Okay, is that a prerequisite, Bill? You have to be named Mark to work with you?
Yes. Mark Square. That's it. Absolutely. We're on the mark.
So foul going to be called here with 1:24 to go. And, kudos here to the officials in this game. Nathan Ramsey, Andy Hudson, Johnny Ince. I mean, these teams battle, and you got to call what you see. And sometimes the fans don't like that. But it's not an easy job, and we are always grateful for the officials because without the officials, I think the great Gary Ray of the SSAC said it one time, he said, without officials, you got chaos.
You got that right. And they've done a nice job tonight, and all week long we've had good refereeing.
Here is Hoosier, and he puts it through.
Oh, what a pass. My gosh.
Sean Jenkins quickly gets the timeout. Got Hoosier for 8. And that makes it a 65-60 game.
And it's a 1-minute timeout, so let's take it with them on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy Trail, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. From the trail snacks to cold drinks and fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hills. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the backwoods. Little General Store. Fuel your adventure. West Virginia.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
Start the year in drive. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on 2026 Silverado 1500 models with over $7,000 in total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Back inside the Armory, the Beckley Raleigh Convention Center. Hines with the ball, Byers guarding him, and now Mann has it. 65-60. Good job by the Mavericks to get it across. Now they'll whip it around here and try to whittle some time. Gardner will be fouled by Byers. And James Monroe coming in 6-1. Independence 3-2.
Independence with wins over Liberty, Tulsa, and Princeton. They lost earlier in the week to the Man Hillbillies with their giant center, the 6'11" Moses. And here's the foul shot, good by Gardner. His first foul shot of the night gets him his 11th point.
Midland Trail will be next for James Monroe.
That's on Tuesday.
And then Independence going to meet up with Mann in its next encounter. That will be on the road. 67-60 now. I know, Bill, sitting in this building, and I just think if the walls could talk, right?
Oh, my gosh, yeah. Well, you and I were talking during one of the breaks when you were asking where I broadcast from. The first few years was up in the rafters. We had a press box with a rickety ladder, and I was scared of heights. And Rod Odell from the other station would rattle his feet and shake that whole edifice. Anyway, we're down here at where we ought to be at midcourt.
Yeah, I like this venue.
Oh, yeah.
In this location. All right, 68-60. Patriots. Green fires, can't get it to go. Chasing down the miss is Gardner. He weaves across the timeline. Arthur gets him. And that will send Gardner to the line.
He's hit 1 out of 2 from there, and the 6'1" junior, you know, they've got some talents on both these teams for the future.
Certainly do.
Only 44 seconds left, and Gardner with a chance to make it a double-digit lead again, and he does. But it's not been as close as what the scoreboard says. There's another turnover, and that's been the problem for the Patriots. I've got them with 17 mistakes.
Yeah, just when they would kind of get right where they wanted to be, then either a bucket by the Mavericks, a mistake, and wide open and easy. Brother to brother there, man to man.
Which is the defense. Ouch.
Yeah, I was going to say, do they ever play man-to-man defense? And a player down, that's Hines. He's up. There was a bucket scored by Independence.
Boy, Hines took a shot right in front of us. And he's up and okay.
Here's another look at it here.
Ow.
(72-62). Mann weaves through the traffic. It's a tough boat to be in. You're down 10, and you just want to give yourself every opportunity. And stopping the clock is really about all you can do. But you tell your kids to battle to the end, and that's what Independence has done here. And Gardner with the free throw, 73-62. And the miss. Mavericks hang on to it. And Sean Jenkins has decided that's enough and let the clock wind down. And a big win here for James Monroe. A great battle. Independence and James Monroe. Outstanding effort by both, and a great way to cap off this wonderful 2026 New River CTC Invitational. Mavericks win it. We'll come back and recap it for you in a moment here on Video Productions.
Are you ready to steer your career in a new direction? Look no further than New River Community and Technical College. With brand new simulators and virtual reality equipment, New River CTC's commercial driver's license program provides on-the-road experience before ever getting behind the wheel. You can become road ready by earning your CDL in just 6 weeks, along with a 180-hour certificate. Whatever your dream, New River CTC's CDL program puts you on the route to success. Don't wait. Apply now.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy Trail, fuel up the way West Virginians do. At Little General Stores. From the trail snacks to cold drinks and fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hills. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the backwoods. Little General Store. Fuel your adventure. At West Virginia.
It's time for West Virginia to power the nation again.
We've got more energy than anywhere else in the world.
Companies such as Nucor, Berkshire Hathaway, Commercial Metals, we swell with pride to know that those families will be supported with a great job, that they can raise their family.
You can't have growth without energy.
Hope Gas is lighting the way forward for West Virginia. Learn more at wvisforhope.com.
L&S Toyota wants to be your car dealer. Proudly serving Southern West Virginia for over 30 years. Locally owned and operated, L&S Toyota offers Toyota's impressive lineup of vehicles with no market-adjusted prices or hidden fees. We have new inventory arriving daily, and our Toyota-certified sales staff would love to demonstrate the features along with the benefits of owning a Toyota. View our inventory online at lstoyotabeckley.com or stop by our showroom at the corner of Eisenhower and Robert C. Byrd in Beckley and see why so many people don't settle for less than L&S.
The purpose of New River Health is to provide primary medical care to individuals who may not have insurance. We don't turn anybody away based on their ability to pay.
It's just high quality, affordable care close to home.
The administration here lets me take care of patients. If I think it's important to take care of patients in a certain way, they say, go right ahead. And that has really allowed me to sort of branch out and do the right thing for patients in the community.
We see these people every day. They're our neighbors. That's why it's important to us that we treat them as if they're family, because they are our family.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
Start the year in drive. Right now, well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on 2026 Silverado 1500 models with over $7,000 in total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
We welcome you back live inside the Beckley-Raleigh County Convention Center, the Armory, and it was James Monroe winning it 73-62 in the 25th and final game of this 2026 Invitational. Just a wonderful, wonderful event. And Mike Green and the crew, they got a lot to be proud of.
No doubt about it. They put a lot of effort into it, and we had him on one of our halftime shows. You've seen a compilation of some of the great plays in this ball game earlier tonight. Nelson scoring there. You know, they'll start again next week putting this together. I mean, 24 different games, plus the Special Olympics
Right.
games with the 25th game. And, when you're dealing with scheduling, and last year, Mark, the weather was a disaster.
Oh, yeah.
And it just sort of obliterated the tournament. But, ouch. Boy, that hurt just looking at it again. Anyway, this year the weather's been perfect, and we've had good attendance. And, of course, with all the scholarships that New River Community and Technical College gives out, and all of the exposure to these teams, it makes it all worthwhile.
And no doubt the New River Community and Technical College serving 10 counties, 65 academic programs, 7 locations. And salute Dr. Bonnie Ball, Copenhaver, and again, Mike Green. Mike used to be a coach and Woodrow player, and I know this is a joy for him. It's a lot of work, but to line it out, and of course, great Sammy Halls here, just all the great staff, the stats and everything. But as we look back on this one, Bill, it was 16-15 James Monroe at the end of the first. Each team with 13 in the second. James Monroe outscored Independence 19-15 in the third, 25-19 in the fourth of that 73-62 final. Ashton Arthur, he would lead all scorers. He got on fire, 24 points. He had 4 3-pointers for Independence, but in a losing cause, Caden Hines led the way for James Monroe. He had 20. Bryce Gardner had 15, and Ryan Mann also in double figures with 15. Brock Green was in double figures also for Independence with 13. Just some final thoughts on this one, Bill.
Well, it was one of those games where you kept waiting for James Monroe to pull ahead, and Independence would not allow that to happen. Late in the game, it was only a 5-point differential. James Monroe led 65-60 with just a couple of minutes to play before James Monroe got hot there with a couple of guys. We mentioned Mann and Gardner, and, it's just one of those times where if you're Independence and Coach Sean Jenkins, you don't like to lose ever, but you can build on this, and I think the Patriots will do that. And for James Monroe, they know they're good, and this proved that, even though their opponent was close, they made the shots when they needed to.
Yeah, one game does not a season make, so a lot of basketball yet to be played. These two could very well see each other down the road somewhere. Well, Bill, it's been a real pleasure, my man. I mean, we've known each other a long time, and to get the shot to do this, it's been a lot of fun.
It has been great. I've always wanted to work with you. I've worked with so many legends over the years, and never got to work with you.
And you're still hoping to do that, right?
No, I'm doing that now. I just spent 2 hours with you, and it's been a terrific time. Yeah. And I get to watch how you work because everybody works differently, and you keep so many stuff, so many items there that I'm going to have to change my way of doing things because plus the fact that you never forget anything.
Once you find something you like, you just kind of keep tweaking and adding to it, right? Well, this was a great one, a great way to in this tournament. And again, just great to be with you, and hopefully we'll get to do it again down the road.
Well, and we're going to be watching you on Channel 8. Normally, at my age, I go to bed early, but then I set the alarm clock to wake up at about 10:22 or 11:22.
There you go.
At Channel 8, and that way I can watch your late report. So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it really has. We'll look forward to it again. And again, many thanks to our great crew and certainly to the executive producer of Video Production Sports, Butch Mounts, for all of his great work, and certainly throughout the week with Coach Mark Montgomery and E.T. Maris. Just a great job by all the folks here this week. So we concluded with James Monroe winning it by a final of 73-62. So that will do it from here inside the Armory, and it has been a wonderful event, and it closes with a great game between the Mavericks and the Patriots. So we say so long for now. Thank you for joining us here on Video Productions.